is Michael Anthony. Until his death, I was executive secretary to one of the world's richest men, John Beresford Tipton. He had what was perhaps the strangest hobby in the world, and one of the few fortunes large enough to indulge it. This is Silverstone, Mr. Tipton's fabulous 60,000-acre estate. Here, after his retirement from the world of business and high finance, he pursued this hobby, which was nothing less than every now and then giving away to a total stranger the sum of $1 million. And because he insisted on remaining anonymous, I was the man who actually delivered the check. Another one of his hobbies was his armory. You sent for me, sir?
Know what this is, Mike?
It's a boomerang, isn't it, sir?
Yes, a boomerang. One of the oldest and most ingenious weapons ever designed by man. If it misses the animal, the weapon curves around and returns to the hunter. And more than once it has been known to strike down the man who hurled it. Let's see what kind of a hunter our next millionaire is.
But before I could report on him, I had to do quite a bit of hunting myself. I finally tracked him down on a remote beach in the Solomon Islands. Talk to you a moment. My name is Michael Anthony.
Well, that's as good a name as any. Mine's John Smith, Peter Adams, George Wilson, depending upon what island I happen to be on.
But you're Rod Matthews.
I was. Once.
Mr. Matthews, I've come an awfully long way to see you.
Well, now you've seen me, and it's just as long a way back.
Something very important, a check.
I got nobody to leave me checks. My father died 8 years ago. Cut me off without a cent.
Well, this is for more than a cent. It's a cashier's check for $1 million.
You want to give me $1 million?
Well, I'm not the benefactor. You'll never know who is, but the money is yours, tax-free, if you'll agree to the conditions. You merely agree not to tell anyone the exact amount or the circumstances under which you received the gift. No one but your wife. If you have a wife.
No, I haven't got a wife. I haven't got a family. I haven't got anything.
You have $1 million.
Hey, listen, this is ridiculous. Why me? Why could it buy me here? Bigger ocean, bluer sky. I got all the food I can eat. All the fermented coconut milk I can drink. What more could it buy?
It could help you go back.
Back to what? Look, you traced me this far. You must know all about me. Where do you start after you've been court-martialed and kicked out of the Army for neglect of duty and cowardice? Your West Point father and friends slam the door in your face. See the girl that you love. Marry the guy that's supposed to be your best friend. That's an awful lot of money. That'll never bring me back the last 10 years.
Perhaps it can buy a future for you. I see the past still means something to you. Your West Point ring.
Oh. Well, I just keep this to remind me, so that I'll never forget John McKeuen and what he did to me. Yes, sir. As Captain Matthews' immediate superior, I can testify from my own knowledge. He deliberately countermanded headquarters' explicit order to attack. I never received those orders.
He withdrew his men in the face of fire. He caused a disorderly retreat that affected hundreds of men. Might have caused a complete rout. If I hadn't handed him those orders myself, I wouldn't have believed it of him. My duty to my country must come before any feeling for a friend. I'd give $1 million to get even with him. Mr. McKeuen has here. We like it. Say, would you mind stepping in the light a little? My magazine's doing a feature article on these gates. It's called, "Do These Gates Pass the Most Influential People in Washington?" I keep on a lot of big shots, too. Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure Mr. McKeuen and his wife do a lot of entertaining, too. His wife? What backwoods have you been living in? She died years ago. I wouldn't take any unauthorized pictures if I were you, because McKeuen doesn't like it. Oh, he doesn't, does he? Well, I'm not so sure my magazine will be able to use him anyway. He might not be important enough. Well, that's what you think. Sure, he doesn't hold public office, and he keeps out of the papers. But he tells a lot of big fellas how to run things. When you've got this, you don't need all that hoopla and headlines. Who's that? Miss Nancy McKeuen, his sister. She runs the whole place. Looks like she's going riding. Sure. She rides her horse in the park every morning. You should. My ego bruises easily. I remember you. You're Nancy McKeuen, John McKeown's baby sister.
I'm his sister, but I'm old enough to vote.
The way he tells you to.
Why not? I have great confidence in him.
Like most people in Washington. Except maybe Joe Wagner. Call him, please.
You're friend of Joe Wagner's?
No enemy of John's. Is a friend of mine.
Well, then you know my brother.
Well, I used to him a little. But right now, I'm much more interested in his sister. How about having dinner with me tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Wilson, but I already have an engagement.
Oh, well, surely after all that exercise, you'd like another cup of coffee.
I'm sorry, I'm late now. Goodbye.
You ride here every day?
Yes, I do. About this time.
John McKeown's name before the committee tomorrow morning.
And this money's a bribe from McKeuen to keep my mouth shut about the defense contract?
It isn't shut.
I don't take bribes.
Listen, Wagner, they're going to ride you out of town on a rail anyway, so you might need a little of this money to salve your wounds. You might also need a friend. And John McKeuen is very good to his friends, so I butch him up too. Take your lousy money and get out of here. Think it over. Get that tape off the recorder and type it up. In triplicate. John McKeuen. I've got you just where I want you. And now I'm coming over for the pleasure of telling you how I did it. Nothing is going to stop me from getting to you now.
say to the Lord, I will repay. But if that's not quite enough for you, Ron, well...
After all the work he's done, all the people that depend on him.
Too late, I can't help it. Wagner goes before the committee tomorrow.
No matter what he says.
No, don't blame Rod. I've got it coming to me.
I couldn't go before the committee myself. Testify that I deliberately framed you.
Why should you do that for me?
I don't know. Just seems like I've been wasting the last 10 years, hating a man that no longer exists, wanting to destroy a man that's already... I'll go before the committee in the morning.
You don't have to, you know.
I know I don't.
For myself, I'm glad, Rod. I'll be right beside you tomorrow. I want to tell them why you did this and how wrong I was.
Doesn't seem to matter anymore.
Matters to me. I'll see you there tomorrow.
Nancy, at first I was pretending. But then, when we get this thing straightened out,